So now it's time to make our crumbs for the top, and what I'm going to use is almond flour, Carbol's flour, oat fiber, cinnamon. I have chopped pecans. No, actually these are the whole pecans that I am going to chop. And the brown sugar blend blender and butter. This has to be cold in the refrigerator, and I just took them out just to do the recipe. So what I'm going to do is take the pecans and add that first to the food processor, and then I'm going to go ahead and chop this up separate. Okay, so this is what the pecans look like, and then I'm going to add all the flour. I'm going to add the sugar as well, and I'm also going to add the yummy cinnamon. I'm going to mix this, give it a mix. Okay, that's about right. And then what I'm going to add now is the butter. Now you want the butter to mix into the flour and become like fine breadcrumbs. You can do this by hand if you don't have a food processor, but I'm just going to pulse this. You don't want to mix it, you want to pulse it until the mixture becomes like fine breadcrumbs. See, it's becoming like breadcrumbs, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, it looks like we're done. Yeah, that's about the consistency I want. On this part, you'll have to just use common sense. You're really looking, like I said, for the fine breadcrumbs look, the crumb look, and if it's not like that, you can go ahead and do it again until you do get it like breadcrumbs. But it does not take very long in a food processor. It just takes a minute, if that much. Okay, that's good. So this is what I got, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. So when you see your mixture becomes like this, it's a good time to just shut it off. So this is our chayote, and I have a fine strainer and I have the xanthan gum. I'm going to use a ½ teaspoon at a time because what we want to do is thicken this sauce. If you can come down with the camera just a little bit. If you guys see how liquidy this looks, like we don't want that. We want a thicker sauce for our apples. So what I'm going to do is use xanthan gum because it's a very good low carb thickener. So I'm going to use this to sift it because it really clumps up if you just put it in directly. And I just add a little at a time because you don't want it to be too thick. So you add a little at a time, mix it in. There's my timer. A little at a time, mix it in, and if it's not what you want, if you want it a little bit thicker, you want to continue adding. So I start off with like a ½ teaspoon. And I just sift that in. Like I said, you don't want to add it directly to the pan because it will clump up. So I'm just going to I add this about 5 minutes before I take it off because that's more than enough time to have the sauce thicken a little bit. Okay guys, I wanted to show you guys the difference now since adding the xanthan gum. Look how thick and nice it is, and it's not that runny sauce anymore. It's very nice and thick like apple would be. And what I'm going to add is just a little bit more cinnamon, right? And I'm going to add a dash of nutmeg because you can't make apple pie without nutmeg. And I'm going to mix that in. And this smells so yummy. It smells like Christmas in my house now. My house has that Christmassy, nice, apple-y, nice smell. And this looks delicious. I can't wait. So let's go ahead and fill our pie dish, and I will be right back. Okay, so we have our filling, and I'm gonna just pour it in this dish. Okay, so I just spread it around. I'll set the pot aside. And then I have a crumb, and as you can see, like I said before, it's like breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to put this, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe I'll spread it with the spoon. You don't want to press it down, okay? Don't press it down. You just want to kind of like flake it over the chayote. I'm doing pretty good with calling it chayote, knowing that I grew up with it being Christophine. So you just want to cover every piece because you don't want to see the chayote. So just basically just cover the pieces, and it's gonna bake up really nice. But like I said, don't pat it down because then you'll have mush, and we don't want mush. Nobody likes mush. Just keep doing it. Such a lovely recipe. I hope you guys like this one, and I hope you guys make it. If you do make it, just come back and let me know how you like it. And of course, the entire recipe will be on my website, lowcarb360.com. Also, come and friend me on Facebook. Again, the link is in the description box of this video. But that's about it. This is what it looks like. My oven is already preheating at 400 degrees. I'll go ahead and put it in the oven for about, I guess it bakes for about 30 minutes, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like when it's done. I'm going to go ahead and dish this out, and I think I have some sugar-free ice cream, so that will be the next shot. Okay, so this is what one of my Thanksgiving desserts. And I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. The entire recipe will be on the website. It's lowcarb360.com. Thanks for watching.